Hey everybody, welcome to another recap of Project Runway. Last week Christopher was cut. Alright, so this week it's the final 5, so designers relax, go to the presidential suite, don't stress out because there really is nothing but relaxation. And maybe a little champagne and some chocolate mousse as well. That looked delicious, didn't it? Alright, so Bloomberg was waiting for everyone on the roof as usual when they announced the final challenge. And you need to design a look inspired by New York City. You have all of New York City to inspire you. And only 2 hours to find something. Alright, so after the 2 hours up, you have to meet Tim Gunn back at Mood. I'm sure Swatch will be waiting as well. Alright, so Michael was inspired by the Statue of Liberty. And April and Mondo, they were both inspired by the Brooklyn Bridge. Andy, Central Park. All good inspirations. Yet Gretchen, she was inspired by the Lower East Side. There's not much inspiring down there unless maybe you go to the cast iron district and then, you know, go a little architectural, some grays. You know, not the Lower East Side though, I don't know. Alright, so at Mood, 45 minutes to shop and a $500 budget. And this is a luxurious 2-day challenge. Well, almost 2 days because they kind of wasted the morning on finding out what inspired them. So Mondo was very tired and he ended up taking a nap. And he slept a little bit too long. Now, Michael, he did his best impression of Michael Kors, which was funny as hell and reminded me so much of Santino when he did Michael Kors in his season. Alright, Andy, his dress was starting to look like a Asian prostitute. Or an Asian prostitute. It could have gone a little bit too slutty. And Michael Costello, he made 2 dresses, as usual. Alright, so Tim checks in, and he starts off with Mondo. Mondo was inspired by a picture of the traffic on the Brooklyn Bridge, and in particular, these yellow sequins would represent the yellow line on the side of the road. Yeah, it wasn't happening. He wisely got rid of those and just went with the black and white color theme and, well, or lack of color. But he was pretty far behind. He was really stressing out because of that nap. April, coat dress, seen it. Michael, tortured mess. Tim Gunn said go with your gut. Go back to your original idea, Michael, because that's what you should always do. Andy. Tim Gunn was a little bit worried that it was going to go the way of the Housewives of New Jersey, a.k.a. Slutty. Tim, I hope you have something to cover up your kneecaps, because if the Housewives get wind of that, they're either going to come and buy like 10 of them, or they're going to bust your kneecaps. Alright, Gretchen, what in the hell were you doing? It was like a skirt with a jacket. I don't know. Alright, so day of the runway. What the hell is Gretchen wearing? She should have been sent home just for that, because I'm sure she probably made it for herself. Velvet harem pants? Really? Alright, so Mondo, I have you all figured out. I know why you wear suspenders all the time. It's not for fashion, it's for necessity. You and your super low rise denim skinny pants, I think if you ever bent over, they'd, like, your whole ass would be exposed. So, hence the suspenders. Alright, so it's time for the runway show. And, as usual, Michael Kors, Nina Garcia, and special guest judge, Siriano. Nice. He's definitely one of my favorite designers from forever. Alright, so Mondo, his dress was pretty sassy. I really liked it. It looked so complete to me. He used his signature patent leather, and I think it was pretty amazing. But Heidi, she's sick of the houndstooth. You know, can you ever get enough houndstooth? I think not. Andy, he went with his warrior woman theme. It's great, but how did it represent Central Park? I don't get it either. I'm a little confused. Gretchen, everything about this was Rock and roll secretary. She's sick of the challenges. I didn't know how far south this rant of hers was going to go, but, good for her that it stopped when it did. And it ended up is that she's burnt out. I don't know what happened to myself. All right, April. There's no joy in her clothes. Ouch. Michael Kors, pregnant witch. We've already seen it. It kind of did look like a naughty girl on pure waist dress from the costume shop. Michael, they loved his. I was afraid that because of the simplicity of his, they were just going to be like, oh, this is so simple. It's just a halter neck dress. But the back of that dress was so well fitted, it was to die for. And it was dramatic. It was a showstopper. And of course, Heidi wants it. She wants everything. All right, so then they asked the age-old questions on Project Runway. Why should you go to Fashion Week? And question number 2, pick 2 other designers to bring with you. All right, so let's compile the results. Everyone chose Mondo as one of their 2 designers. And only one person chose Gretchen, and that was April. And only one person chose Michael, and that was Mondo. So Michael was in. I mean, he was hands down, head and shoulders above the rest. If there was a winner this week, it would have been him, but he's in. Mondo, definitely another one. He is in. And Andy, he is in. So it came down to April and Gretchen. April, we've already seen it. You're 21 years old, blah, blah, blah. Versus Gretchen, you're tired. You lost your way. And yeah, they pulled out the C word. It looked cheap. So Gretchen amazingly was in. I'm not surprised. I have to say that I was expecting that because they probably thought, well, April's young, she's got plenty of time to do her designs and everything. Let's give Gretchen a chance because she's been doing this for like ever. All right, so next time, you're not out of the woods yet, kids. 4 of them will be making their collections, but there's only 3 spots at Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week at Lincoln Center. So, yeah, you better step it up because Tim's going to be showing up for the old home visits. And you know what he finds? Designer diarrhea. It could be a real hot mess. You can't write this stuff. It's just got to happen. Till next time, much love.